I love the music. The DJ is incredible.
The people are really awesome.
Headshot. Sit down. And do it. Pass out. Wake up. Hate it.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Alchemix. This is the Alchemix channel, and usually we're reviewing some DJ gear or doing some funky remix or something like that, but today we're going to be looking at a condition that I think more and more people are going to experience. I own a 2014 Jeep Patriot. Well, actually I've sold it now, but I used to own this Jeep Patriot, and it always had a noise that I thought was maybe road noise, kind of a grinding. I was always checking the wheel bearings, but they were always tight, so I was just kind of monitoring it, and I thought that it might eventually be the throwout bearing on the clutch, because when I pressed the clutch it would go away. But after replacing the clutch, it's got about 74,000 miles on it, the noise didn't change at all. It was just getting louder and worse. So I did a little more research, and it turns out the bearing on the input shaft in the transmission can go bad. It's a pretty common thing. There's been reports of this happening as low as 20,000 miles. So I mean, it's kind of a known issue. It's technically something, according to the service manual, you're supposed to remove the transmission, split the case, and pull the shafts out to do this job. However, if you remove the driver's side wheel, there is a small metal plate. There's 8 13mm bolts holding it on the side here. And if you remove them, you have access to those bearings right there. It's not the easiest thing to do. It's still work, but it's much easier than pulling that transmission. And since I just did the clutch, the last thing I wanted to do was pull it back out. It was really tough to get everything lined up and back in there. I'm going to show you this. I have already replaced this output shaft bearing. You have to pry that shield off, and then you have to destroy the cage that holds the bearings, the balls themselves, in place so that you can move them out of your way. There's this little C-clip here on both of them. You're going to have to pull the C-clips off. And then I got this tool off of Amazon, a 2-jaw thin puller. I had to move the balls just enough to get it in here. It's not going all the way to the other side of the bearing. It's just hooking in the groove in the middle where the balls ride. And we have a 3/4 impact socket, because it just happens to be the same size as the shaft. And then we're just basically gonna slide it right out. That's gonna make the video get way more hits. Just kidding. Anyway, I'm gonna turn that off so I don't get electrocuted. Alright. So just for fun, I'll show you how bad these bearings were. The tool was like 34 bucks. Now, if you look closely, you can see on the balls like how rough and rotted, and that's exactly what it sounded like. You can even hear it's just all shot. And this was the output shaft bearing. This one was still pretty good. I probably didn't need to replace it, but I just replaced them both together at the same time. Keep it nice and easy. But anyway, it still worked. Still a pain in the ass. They're expensive. I think I paid like $150 for both of these to get them shipped here. But for me, I'm the kind of guy I would never take it to the dealership. Depending on what year your car is, you may still have this under warranty. Some of the older ones had like a 100,000 mile warranty on them. Yeah, basically at this point now, we just use a bigger socket that matches the inner diameter of this and just tap it back onto the shaft until we can get the C-clip back on it. And it's, for me, it's totally worth it to not have to pull the transmission. The fluid's been clean every time I've done it. I did it at 60K on the intervals and stuff. So I mean, realistically, I'm just really glad I can save the time and get this nasty bad boy out. I'm very confident this is gonna fix my nasty grind that I had at idle and in forward gears. So thank you very much. I hope that this has been helpful to people, because I read a couple of accounts of people attempting this and they couldn't and ended up pulling the transmission out. But for me, with the right tools, it really wasn't too bad. It was worth the effort for sure. So good luck. Love you guys. Have a good day. Take it easy.